Breaking news from the eastern flank of NATO, where a massive artillery crisis is paralyzing Western military planners. As high-intensity attrition warfare redefines modern combat, European superpowers are discovering that their multi-billion-dollar defense networks are completely exposed and virtually useless against mass fire tactics. This critical gap has left wealthy nations unexpectedly defenseless, with radar-tracked counter-battery strikes ready to obliterate static positions within 90 seconds. Leading global defense analysts argue that on paper, their only tactical salvation would be an advanced, rapid deployment system that can shoot and scoot before the enemy can react. How did Korea K-9 Thunder, an artillery piece built for frozen Asian borders, suddenly become the ultimate lifeline to bridge this fatal vulnerability for the world's most powerful alliance? This is the strategic paradox haunting the continent. Nations possessing elite domestic hardware find their production lines completely paralyzed by years of post-Cold War defense cuts. When immediate survival demands hundreds of mobile heavy guns, prime European contractors can only offer a waiting list of up to 10 years. Wealthy capitals are staring into an operational void, fully realizing that financial power cannot instantly buy a mass industrial defense shield. It is a terrifying realization that forces a total rewrite of modern land combat, turning traditional deterrence theories completely upside down. Before we go on, do you think European nations are making the right choice by looking to Asia for their immediate survival? Or is this a wake-up call they should have answered long ago? Hit subscribe to join our defense community. Leave your thoughts below and tell me where you are watching from. To understand how European defenses became so vulnerable, one must look at the tragic state of continental industrial capacity. For years, Western military doctrines prioritized highly advanced, boutique weapon systems over sheer industrial volume. Germany developed the PZH-2000, widely celebrated as a digital masterpiece of engineering, while Sweden introduced the Archer system, an automated marvel of speed. Yet, the realities of modern attrition combat have exposed a devastating truth that shatters conventional military thinking. Sophisticated, handcrafted weapons are practically useless if a nation cannot deploy them in massive numbers or replace theater losses. Leading global defense analysts argue that the continental defense sector has undergone a profound deindustrialization, leaving once dominant military powers completely defenseless in a prolonged conflict. This industrial paralysis creates a shocking geopolitical irony. When frontline states requested hundreds of heavy mobile platforms to secure their borders, Western factories simply could not deliver. Major European defense contractors operate on boutique production schedules, requiring up to a decade to fulfill large-scale orders. Consequently, wealthy nations find themselves completely bare and exposed before rapidly escalating regional threats. This critical gap cannot be fixed by injecting billions of euros or dollars into the system overnight, because the specialized manufacturing infrastructure, like heavy artillery barrel forging facilities, has vanished. Furthermore, many regional reserve forces remain heavily reliant on obsolete towed artillery pieces. In an era dominated by ubiquitous surveillance drones and automated radar networks, a static gun crew requiring several minutes to pack up and move is utterly exposed. This systemic failure leaves defensive lines exposed to total saturation before they can fire a single counter shot. On paper, their only tactical salvation would be a mass-produced, combat-ready platform that exists right now, proving that empty bank accounts are not the problem, but an empty factory floor is. Into this deep industrial void, steps the South Korea K9 Thunder self-propelled howitzer, offering the only tactical salvation for an alliance facing an absolute firepower deficit. While European factories slumber, Hanwha Aerospace maintains a massive, active defense infrastructure designed for continuous war footing. This HART production line allows South Korea to deliver dozens of heavy combat systems in the time it takes Western nations to approve a budget. Leading global defense analysts argue that the K9 Thunder is not just an alternative artillery platform, but a vital strategic lifeline capable of plugging the catastrophic defensive gap across the eastern flank of NATO immediately. The secret to this operational salvation lies in the heavy platform capability to execute a rapid shoot and scoot doctrine under 30 seconds. Utilizing its automated digital fire control system, a single K9 Thunder can fire multiple rounds simultaneous impact. This advanced technique launches 3 separate 155mm shells at different angles, calculating their trajectories so they slam into the exact same coordinates at the exact same second. By the time the incoming fire hits, the tracked armor vehicle has already accelerated away, leaving enemy counter-battery radar targeting empty mud. Furthermore, this Asian system solves the absolute logistical nightmare plaguing multinational armies. The K9 Thunder incorporates a highly reliable MTU diesel engine from Germany and an Allison transmission from the United States, allowing European mechanics to service the vehicle using existing NATO supply chains. On paper, integrating this weapon completely transforms a defenseless border into an impenetrable wall of steel, offering unmatched mass and mobile firepower. For states bordering high-risk zones, this combination of immediate availability, extreme mobility, and full integration into the Alliance digital architecture makes it the ultimate tactical solution to prevent front lines from becoming completely exposed. This massive rapid expansion of the South Korea K9 Thunder across Europe marks a fundamental shift in global defense dynamics. By establishing localized assembly hubs, like the newest production facilities currently being constructed on continental soil, Hanwha Aerospace is effectively embedding itself into the long-term security fabric of the West. Yet, this reliance on an Asian supplier reveals a sobering lesson about modern military preparedness. It proves that real-world deterrence cannot survive on financial wealth alone, requiring instead an unceasing, active heavy industrial production machine. While the integration of this advanced hardware successfully plugs a catastrophic defensive gap, it simultaneously creates a complex new strategic paradox for traditional European superpowers, who now find their domestic defense sectors eclipsed. Leading global defense analysts argue that while frontline states have secured their immediate survival, they have also exposed a deep vulnerability in Western autonomy. If a major geopolitical crisis were to disrupt maritime shipping lanes across the Indo-Pacific region, the supply chain for vital replacement components could be severed instantly, leaving deployed fleets potentially vulnerable in a prolonged theater conflict. This reality leaves military planners balancing on a razor edge between immediate operational salvation and long-term strategic dependency. This deep division sets the ultimate stage for a fierce debate on the future of sovereign defense. Was looking to South Korea for immediate industrial mass, a genius survival move that saved the alliance's eastern flank from being left completely defenseless? Or was it the biggest strategic mistake in European military history by permanently crippling their own domestic defense industries? If a major conflict erupts simultaneously on two fronts, can a nation truly rely on a supply chain stretching half a world away? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below.